The best way of really understanding these chords is to apply them to songs, right? You know, it's important to go through and, you know, do them around the circle of fifths and all that kind of stuff, but you don't, excuse me, sometimes the reality of that is that, you know, it's a little bit boring, right? And we end up not practicing it because it's boring. So there's nothing wrong with taking these concepts and applying them to songs right away, all right? And then in between songs, then do some exercise kind of stuff, right? So I'm here on page 16 and 17. I'm going to go through about 2 to 4 measures of 8 different songs here. These are classic standards, okay? Now what you can do is you can take what I've done here and boom, plug it right into the song and then continue to play the song from there, all right? So here we go. The first one is My One and Only Love, and you see it says that it's measures 5 and 6, and it also says that it's page 288, and that's out of the new Real book, which I have a link for in the tools section of the members area. Okay, so here we go. It's D minor 7, so I have. I'm going to put my pedal down here, and then now look at B minor 7 flat 5. Very simple. All I'm doing is that's just a regular B minor 7 flat 5 chord right there. And also remember, if I move my fingers out of the way, you should not do that. You should put your fingers over the keys. I might also do some weird fingering so that you can see a little bit better. All right? That's a regular B minor 7 flat 5 chord. All I'm doing is taking the 7th and moving it down there. Now check this one out. Okay? Actually, it should be that. You could do this as well. This is E7 flat 9. That's the chord I wrote. It's E7 sharp 9. Okay, so let's take a look at what that is. Well, that's the 3rd over there. That's the 13th down in here. Actually, the flat 13th, I should say. The 7th, right, and the sharp 9. Okay. And we go to our A minor 7, and then just a very simple, moving just that one note down. So let me do that again. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll make sure there's some play-along tracks. I'm going to write that down here. Okay. We'll have play-along tracks for this so that you can practice it both with an MP3 file and a MIDI file. Okay. So then, what I can do is, if I'm doing this by myself, you know, solo piano, I could also just go. See that? So I can hit the root down there, hit my pedal, and then go on from there. It takes a little getting used to switch back and forth like that. Okay, next one, Blue Bossa, all right? Now, Blue Bossa here, it's D minor 7 flat 5, okay? So, instead of just plain on D minor 7, we flat the 5th. And then we have this G7 chord, right? I just wrote it as G7, but you know better now that that's your sharp 9, and that's the flat 13 right there. So, oops. Now, if I'm playing solo, a lot of times I'll even just do these chords without any bass notes. So I might hit. So you see how I'm every now and again hitting the root of the chord to give you some root motion. One other thing, you'll notice that this is, well, it's a 2-5-1, right, in minor. So thinking about that 2-5-1-6, right, or 5-7-2, well, you know, your A7 chord, And this is the A7. This is an altered chord. This is a sharp 9th and the flat 13. It's the same thing I'm doing on the G7. Just moving all the notes up a step. You can also do it that way by half steps. Okay, now, Darn That Dream. Look at what I did here for B minor 7 flat 5. Very, very simple. It looks almost triadic, okay? Even though it really is the 7th chord. I have the 7th, I have the 3rd, and I have the flat 5. I just left out the root. Look at E7. It's very simple here. The 3rd, the 7th, and the root. Now I get into my... Whoops. And see what I did for F7? I left out the 9th. Because that was a little too much tension for me. So I like... Now I go to 2 hands, right? B minor 7. Now this is the minor 7 chord voicing from DVD701 and 702. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F. Root 7 there, right? Now my nice upper structure triad. Look at those notes. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh. See how you can do that nice little room, like kind of like a, I want to say a trill, but it's not really a trill. A little fill like that. You do that as well. Boom. Roll the chord. You want to be careful about doing that too much, though. It kind of sounds cocktail piano if you always like roll your chords like that. Personally, I'm not into that sound, but if you like that sound, well, then you can roll all your chords. Give you a little trick here. You can throw a G flat 7 here. I'll talk more about that in the Wii harm. So when you break down these chords, you see that they're actually not too difficult. It's just a matter of breaking them down so you understand what's going on with them. All right, have you met Miss Jones? Basic F major 7 chord, all right? All right, now, check this out. This is F sharp diminished. That's your basic F sharp diminished chord. It's minor 3rd, minor 3rd, minor 3rd. All right, a diminished chord is all stacked minor thirds. Because of that, you can move this chord all over the place. Right? And you could use any of these, actually. And what I did was this, and I went down to there. Okay? Because you see that from here to here, that's just an inversion. All right, so that's fine. But now, what is this? You can go a whole step above any note in the diminished chord and use that as an available tension. So, there you go. If I did right here, right here, right? So I get a real nice sound. Okay, so that's all I'm doing. I'm just going a whole step above the double flatted 7th. Okay. G minor. Now here, look, I got to get that note from my melody, so I just hit the chord and get out of the way. I can also change the rhythm of the melody if I had to, okay? Or I could also do something like that, okay?